Welcome to the Frontier Podcast, where we take the internet's best tech articles and transform them into audio so that you can enjoy them on the go. Today's episode is brought to you by Presence Media. They are a Colorado-based SEO and web design firm. Presence Media creates beautifully modern websites that effectively attract new customers for their clients. Visit them at presencemediadenver.com. That link will be listed below. Today's episode was written by Michael Eichenseer. Michael writes a lot about VR and virtual technologies in general, and he has a really good idea of what's happening in the space and how these technologies are innovating currently. So I would definitely recommend checking out more of his stuff. We'll have a link listed below where you can check out more of his articles. Today's article is titled Breaking a Sweat in VR, The Future of Fitness. And it's a thought experiment and a basic walkthrough of how VR can be used in the fitness industry. So really interesting article, we're going to dive right in. If you would like to read the original article, including the embedded images, you can find it on medium.com. We'll have that link listed below. When it comes to gaming and physical fitness, we don't associate an avid gamer with an athlete in peak physical condition. Quite the opposite, in fact. While athletes are out at practice or playing on the field, gamers are at home pressing keys and watching pixels on their screens. A social stigma formed over the years of the unhealthy, antisocial, parents' basement-dwelling gamer. Not long ago, when seeking an entry-level job, having a sports team participation on one's resume could be a real boost in displaying one's ability to work on a team, withstand grueling practices, and follow constant instruction. On the other hand, telling someone you spend an upwards of 40 hours a week running and maintaining a top-tier raiding guild, and twice a week organize 40 players to tackle challenges lasting multiple hours earned an eye roll. We are seeing a change in the gamer stigma, as the average age of a gamer rises past 31 years. Gamers are appearing at all levels of the corporate structure, as a growing number of leaders grew up playing games, experiencing their benefits firsthand. In an information-heavy world, the skills learned for gaming are increasing in value. Video games exercise the mind, but the body is left behind. The importance of physical fitness on a person's well-being is a known fact, and in recent years, more evidence has been found connecting physical wellness with mental fitness. Spark, by John Rady, MD, and Eric Hagerman expands upon this, sharing examples, such as a Chicago school whose students run 1 mile every morning and have achieved some of the highest test scores in not only the country, but the world. Exercise appears to be a cure, or at least a reliever, for most every ailment. Exercise is a focus-enhancing, energy-boosting, mood-improving wonder drug that doesn't require any prescriptions or injections. Exercise promotes neurogenesis, the growth and repair of the mind. With the spread of activities like CrossFit, yoga, cycling, and running, contemporary society is reconnecting itself with the need for physical exercise. The market is becoming all but obsessed with working out, staying in shape, and eating healthy, and yet our generation may be the first generation with a shorter lifespan than our parents. From sports player to couch layer. Being involved in sports has the benefit of physical conditioning throughout childhood and into college years. During college, though, many sports players spend less time playing the sports they love and acclimate themselves for the work world. The more sports players adjust for the work world, the less time they spend physically playing sports. Given this weeding out of sports players, there's a gradual but somewhat inevitable slide towards passive engagement with their chosen sports. The middle-aged, beer-gutted NFL fan who used to play back in college is an American stereotype. The limited play area available, the limited resources for organizing games and leagues, means the market can only sustain so many professional players. It's far easier to sit on the couch in front of a 4K screen with beer in hand every Sunday than it is to join an organized league and play every Tuesday night. A few years of this, and masses of ex-jocks find themselves overweight, glued to the television, and reminiscing about the good old days. A football field can only fit in so many places, and only so many people can be playing on it at one time. Perhaps there is an irony here that most jocks, who may or may not have bullied gaming nerds in their younger days, are engaged in a sedentary life centered around sports that once kept them in peak physical condition. Many sports players continue to play in local leagues, coach little leagues, or find new outlets for physical exertion. And there are many gamers who themselves become passive viewers of gaming, spending more time scrolling through our gaming and Twitch streams than playing games. Whether or not active gamers receive a cognitive benefit from the games they play, their physical fitness remains subpar. Physical gyms and fitness locations are limited. Whether it's heading to a gym or a park, those interested in getting or staying in shape must deviate from their work-home life in order to use fitness spaces. And while this isn't a huge barrier by any means, it is enough to deter people who have never had a reason to use a gym or go for a hike before. Many people aren't located near any gyms or parks to begin with. Without the structure of a sports team to drive them, people aren't apt to find reasons to exercise. Virtual reality is a means for all ages to engage in physical fitness on a daily basis. Some virtual reality experiences are developed specifically for encouraging physical fitness. Entire fitness regimens are being created within virtual reality by companies like Black Box VR, founded by the founder of bodybuilding.com. As virtual reality grows, so does the ways in which it can be used to promote fitness. Virtual reality games are inherently more physical than their 2D predecessors. A gamer cannot help but burn calories while playing in virtual reality, especially at room scale. Stories of players losing 50 pounds playing in virtual reality, soaking their headsets with sweat, or just plain getting tired have already surfaced. Once prices fall to levels of mass appeal, virtual reality will be an interface for non-gamers to experience engaging fitness programs within the comforts of their own home, unhindered by social stigma, bulky equipment, or physical location. VR isn't necessarily the ultimate solution to the problems of obesity, sedentary habits, or metabolic disease, but it is one of the most compelling tools we've yet to invent. And it's only getting cheaper. I, for one, am most excited about the future health of gamers. No longer will gamers be known as sedentary people. Now they will be physically exploring virtual worlds each and every time they jack in. Given the immense benefits physical activity has on the human mind and body, one can only imagine the rippling effects physically engaging virtuality could have on society. As of this writing, my daily fitness regimen takes place partially within VR using an HTC Vive at room scale. Thanks for listening. You can find more episodes just like this on tfpodcast.io. That link is listed below. Again, thanks to the author, Michael Eichenseer. You can find more of his writing on medium.com. That link is also listed below. And thank you to our sponsor of today's episode, Presence Media. You can find them at presencemediadenver.com. That link will also be listed below. Be sure to subscribe to our channels on YouTube and iTunes, or visit us at tfpodcast.io. If you would like to help support our show, we'd really appreciate it. Visit our Patreon and donate. All of those links will be listed below. Thanks for listening.